I'm a vegetarian. We're in love.
I've licked one of these croissants.
I'm not wearing any underwear.
I'm stoned.
I'm a racist.
I'm pretending to have cancer.
But we all love Duke's Barrel Cheese!
Duke's Barrel Cheese. The cheese for liars.
I'm telling you, boy. You know what I'm trying to see this? You don't. I'm saying this, I'm walking my goddamn truck. Alright then, that's what I'm talking about. Like you knew, buddy. I'm telling you, new, man.
Got some people to help here.
He's got a big, good lot of money.
You are a tyrant.
I've been called worse.
You're a tyrant. You go home and kick your wife too?
You know what?
Ow! What are you doing? Ow!
No, don't try to grab it. Dude, look, after I'm out of here, look, let's go looking. Dude, stop! Give me the cell. I'm not a dick! Give me your close. Hey!
Put your hands on me.
Let's go.
Oh, what an assault. Don't do it, boy.
Sir, leave the premises.
You want to lose your job. Guys!
Going in.
No, you're not going in.
Don't touch me.
You're not going in, sir.
Let the record show that you just battered me.
Step back.
And you're using... Oh!
Wow.
That's what I did. I tell you what, I fit right in. If I talk like that, I tell you some bitch. Right? But they think I smoke meth because I ain't got no teeth in the front.
Just so you guys know, he's big. I'm big. I'm bigger than everybody I know. But typically, I'm physically bigger than everybody around. Hey, we just met. Can you go ahead and get on the wall, spread your butt cheeks for me?
Shut up, Karen. Shut up, Karen. Please shut up. Was it important when you raised your hand and during graduation? Was it important then? You're false. You're fake. Give him a 1-star rating on Jamie on Google. These comments will never get deleted. Bro, leave me alone, bro. Bro, leave me alone, bro. Bro, leave me alone, bro. Get away from me. Bro, you're harassing me, bro. Get away, bro. Get away from me. Get away from me, bro. Bro, get away from me. Bro, get away from me. Bro, get away from me. I'm not doing anything to you.
Bitch ass punk.
I'm not doing anything to you. I'm not doing anything on you.
You little punk ass bitch.
You ain't doing.
Oh yeah, man. That's good. Yeah, I really need some more. Yeah, you really gotta send me some more money out of the cash app. PayPal, Venmo. I need it. Bad. I don't make any money anymore. Yeah, come on, help me out. Bro, cash app.
Things looked bleak for Joe, but they were even worse for mankind. As Joe and Rita lay dormant, the years passed, and mankind became stupider at a frightening rate. Some had high hopes that genetic engineering would correct this trend in evolution. But sadly, the greatest minds and resources were focused on conquering hair loss and prolonging erections. Meanwhile, the population exploded and intelligence continued to decline until humanity was incapable of solving even its most basic problems.
Enjoy your
extra big-ass fries.
You didn't give me no fries. I got an empty box.
Would you like another?
Extra big-ass fries.
I said I didn't get any.
Thank you. Your account has been charged. Your balance is 0.
Please come back when you can afford to make a purchase.
No.
I'm sorry you're having
Come
trouble.
on. My kids are starving.
This should help you calm down. Please come back when you can afford to make a purchase. Your kids are starving. Carl's Jr. believes no child should go hungry. You are an unfit mother. Your children will be placed in the custody of Carl's Jr. Carl's Jr. Fuck you. I'm eating. Welcome to Carl's Jr. Would you like to try our
extra big ass taco?
Now with more
molecules.
Hey! You know, I'll never forget my old dad. When these things would happen to him, the things he'd say to me.
What did he say?
What the hell are you doing in the bathroom day and night? Why don't you get out of there? Give someone else a chance.
Well, while I'm being booked and processed downtown, we have time for one more classic of American literature. This one's about idiots choking rodents. I give you Of Mice and Men.
Read him his rights.
You know what? I'd like to read them myself. Chapter 1. Eat my ass, pigs. Ah, the bones in my nose!
Jesse, don't go! Jesse, no!
I'm sorry, Daisy, but I'm a loner, and a loner's gotta be alone.
There we go. Give everybody a chance to get in here. So, Linda, hey everybody. Get over here on this other browser. Dun, dun, dun. Hi, Liz, Patrick, Mr. Mincy. Scott Ammo, what's up, man? Hi, Yvonne. Uh-oh, it's way late for Yvonne. She must be drinking the Joe. Linda advised me she's got a little family situation, so she's not going to make it. If she does, it's going to be later. I'm not going to run more than a couple hours. So I'm going to get the ball rolling here. I want to. I'm so hung up on this Chief Tuttle, the country cop. This guy's such a douchebag. Oh man, nope, not really. No, Joe. Doing it on willpower alone, huh? DP's around. I think he's got some things going on. He's going to try to get here. You know how that goes. If he, would never be on time. I call that. All right. Yeah, everybody knows this. I've kind of gotten away from the fraudsters, and unless they do something really stupid, been kind of concentrating on these dumbasses that go out and think that it's okay to drive while they're extremely intoxicated. I've been trying to push that. I moved it back up to the top of my on my homepage. The video on the vanilla extract, just because I've known it, a lot of people know it, but there's a lot of people that aren't aware of the fact that you can slug a 4-ounce bottle of vanilla extract and it's the equivalent of a fifth of vodka. So that video is pretty crazy. They found 20 or 21 empty bottles of vanilla extract in that gal's car. Insane. And I noticed a couple of people in the comments too on the video I did the other day on the gal that was smoking the blues, the one that ran into the bus stop and really, kind of, she talked about her kids, but she sure didn't seem to be overly concerned. Of course, she was so spaced out. it was 15 or 20 minutes after she came back to. Basically like having a heroin overdose because they gave her, they said, 2 shots of Narcan. She came back around, but somebody had made the comment, because I made the comment. I thought that they first had smoking balloons, and that's nitrous oxide. And somebody said, you don't smoke nitrous oxide. Well, 20, 30 years ago, when you would carry the balloons with you with the nitrous in it, you would exhale. You put the nitrous into the balloon, and then you take the balloon with you, and then you just, huff the balloon whenever you wanted it. And they used to call it smoking balloons, and it was just terminology. So for the people out there that were giving me a bunch of crap about it, it was just street terminology. That's it. You sweated awake. Ay. Yeah, well, here's the thing. The blues now, blues were always hydrocodone, Lortabs, for 20, 30 years. That's what they called Lortabs. But now there's a pill that's coming out of the cartels that's oxycodone instead of hydrocodone, and it's laced with fentanyl, and they're smoking them. They do it with aluminum foil somehow. I saw the remnants of it. I haven't seen exactly how it's done, but I can only guess. But it looked like it's some type of aluminum foil process, and they call it smoking blues. But it's basically just fentanyl. And the problem with that damn fentanyl, as we all know, is, the cartels don't care. They put it in aspirin. They don't give a shit as long as it sells. And there's no regulation on it. I mean, that's why people are overdosing and stuff, because you might have one time that would be 10 times stronger than the one you had before. Yeah, Colette. Most of the people in here that have been around me for a while know that I'm a recovered opiate addict, and it was all pharmacy based. I was never street drugs, but I started with it goes clear back to Tylenol 3, and then codeine and hydrocodone, and then oxycodone, and then they had me on OxyContin in the early 2000s, and by the time I went on the Suboxone program, I was wearing a fentanyl patch, and justifiably so. I mean, I have enough pain right now that I could justify having something, but I've learned to live with it and learned how to manage it with Tylenol. But it's I'm very proactive in. I've written a few letters, and I support the Suboxone program. I get pissed off when people make fun of it, because most of the time they don't understand how the drug works. They think of methadone, which is entirely different, and you can sort of become addicted to Suboxone, but it basically has a sense of painkiller in it, but then it's used as a beta blocker to block that. And I've been off and on the Suboxone. I did real good the first year. I reduced my dosage the first year a lot more than they thought I would, considering that my body had been so accustomed, and a lot of it's psychological too. I've been so accustomed to the opiates, and I do speak freely about it, because I had a friend that had and I say a friend, I'll just say an acquaintance. I had an acquaintance that lost their teenage daughter because she was hooked, and she when the pharmaceutical companies, when the DEA came down on them, and that's basically what happened to me. My doctor was one of the doctors I went to ended up, he's still in prison, I believe, ended up doing time. He was part of the pain mills or pill mills that were going on in Florida and Rod. They were getting away with it down there because of some loophole in the law for medical facilities, like clinics or something. But anyway, they're just basically pill mills, and people were coming from all over the country going down to Florida and filling their scripts. And then there was doctors around the country that were part of it, and it was a moneymaker for them. And I knew it. I knew it because I didn't go to the pharmacy to get mine. I got a box of 30, once a month from the doctor, and I paid him cash. So you know what's going on. I mean, I knew what was going on. But you just kind of do what you do because you're, it is what it is. But I'll never forget the day he said, that's it. He said they've cracked down. They're pulling it. They're pulling the plug on it. And it kind of pissed me off the way the government did it, because the Suboxone program is government regulated. There's only certain doctors that can fill Suboxone, and it's regulated. Anybody that's been around knows. You have to test once a month and all that and what have you. And I'd like to see that lifted. I mean, I'd like to at least see it loosened up, just because there's waiting lists. Back to the acquaintance I had that had a teenage daughter. She ended up committing suicide. Or, excuse me, we're on YouTube. She did herself or whatever. But anyway, it's just stupid that you can't speak freely like that. Because she went from prescription to the streets and got addicted to heroin, and they tried to get her into a Suboxone program, and the father, even tried bribing the doctor and everything else, just because he saw the urgency, because he was dealing with it on an hourly basis, and it didn't happen. And it really kind of pissed me off, because it was like a 2-month wait for this girl to get on the program. And it's just ridiculous. And it's still kind of that way. We have a clinic here that, when I do on the days that I do work, when I go in, I pass by it, and I mean, it's that parking lot's full at 6:30 in the morning, and it's just crazy. The people that really need it, and so you're in Canada, so they have management programs for the Suboxone. Yeah, Ron, it is sad. But I do. I mean, if you don't know much about it, look into it. Just read a little bit about Suboxone and support. I was going to play it on the channel one night, and I had issues with my computer, and then I'm just trying to get back in the groove. But this, what's his name? Jelly Roll, is that right? Isn't that the singer with the tattoos? I think Jelly Roll testified before Congress here not long ago. Well, hell, does anybody have an objection if I pull that video up? Because I never did play it, and I always wanted to, but I don't want to bore you guys either. I'm here for you, not for me. But yeah, I was real impressed about the way he presented his argument, or his case. Go wrong. Okay. Let me pull it up real quick. Anyway, I'll try to mumble here while I'm doing it. I was hoping DP would make it, because I had 3 videos on cue. One of them was that idiot Chief Tuttle. What a joke that guy is. What a racist too. God, I just hate that. Senate committee. Okay, let's see which one will I not get copied, more likely to get copyright struck on, I'm sure. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, I don't know who this is. We'll see. They copyright. See, is that just a coverage, or is that the actual testimony? Yeah, I don't know who this creator is here. Country Cast. Might copyright. That's all right. I just privatized them. But anyway. All right, let's see how this one is. See if it's any good. Present. Good one. Okay. Pulled it up, I believe. I do. It looks like volume's on. Looks like everything's set to go. Let's see what happens here.
Jelly Roll set before the Senate Banking Committee today in Washington, D.C., where he testified on the fentanyl epidemic that is sweeping the nation. As we know, Jelly has been a voice for those who struggle with addiction and makes it a point to use his platform for the betterment of mankind. Jelly, who has also been very public about his troubled past, admitted during the hearing that it may be a paradox that he is the one sitting before Congress, but it was a person with his perspective that was right for the job. And how right Jelly Roll was, because this testimony is very powerful. So without further ado, here is Jelly's testimony to Congress.
Start with Mr. DeFord. Welcome for your first committee hearing, I assume.
Forgive me, I'm a little nervous. I'm used to having a rock and roll band behind me when I have a microphone in front of me. During the time that I've been given to share my testimony here, I think it's important to note before I start that in these 5 minutes I'll be speaking that somebody in the United States will die of a drug overdose, and it is almost a 72% chance that during those 5 minutes it will be fentanyl related. Having started that way, Chairman Brown, Ranking Member Scott, and esteemed committee members, thank you for having me. I know this is a bit of a curveball, but I like a little baseball myself. My name is Jason DeFord, but to most I am known as Jelly Roll. It is important to establish earlier that I am a musician and that I have no political alliance. I am neither Democrat nor Republican. In fact, because of my past, my right to vote has been restricted. Thus far, I have never paid attention to a political race in my life. Ironically, I think that makes me the perfect person to speak about this because fentanyl transcends partisanship and ideology, gentlemen and women. This is a totally different problem. And I was speaking outside to the media, and I gave them a statistic that said 190 people a day overdose and die every single day in the United States of America. That is about a 737 plane. That's what about a 737 aircraft can carry. Could you imagine the national media attention it would get if they were reporting that a plane was crashing every single day and killing 190 people? But because it's 190 drug addicts, we don't feel that way. Because America has been known to bully and shame drug addicts instead of dealing and trying to understand what the actual root of the problem is with that. But the sad news is that that narrative is changing too, because the statistics say that in all likelihood, almost every person in this room has lost a friend, family member, or colleague to the disease known as addiction. I've attended more funerals than I care to share with y'all. This committee, I could sit here and cry for days about the caskets I've carried of people I loved dearly, deeply, in my soul, good people, not just drug addicts, uncles, friends, cousins, normal people. Some people that just got in a car wreck and started taking a pain pill to manage it. One thing led to the other, and how fast it spirals out of control, I don't think people truly understand. So many people. Equally, I think it's important for me to tell y'all that I'm not here to defend the use of illegal drugs. And I also understand the paradox of my history as a drug dealer standing in front of this committee. But equally, I think that's what makes me perfect to talk about this. I was a part of the problem. I am here now standing as a man that wants to be a part of the solution. I brought my community down. I hurt people. I was the uneducated man in the kitchen playing chemist with drugs I knew absolutely nothing about, just like these drug dealers are doing right now when they're mixing every drug on the market with fentanyl, and they're killing the people we love. I'll be honest with y'all, my desire is to only get older and only do better and be better. I believed when I sold drugs genuinely that selling drugs was a victimless crime. I truly believe that, y'all. My father always told me what doesn't get you in the wash will get you in the rinse. Now I have a 15-year-old daughter whose mother is a drug addict. Every day I get to look in the eyes of a victim in my household of the effects of drugs, every single day. And every single day I have to wonder, if me and my wife, if today will be the day that I have to tell my daughter that her mother became a part of the national statistic. History repeats itself, gentlemen. Even in the 1990s, crack cocaine had long made its way into my middle lower class neighborhood. And at that moment, even as a teenager, you could have never convinced me in that moment that there would be a far bigger problem on the horizon in the form of a pharmaceutical drug. And then I watched opioids and Oxycontin burst onto the scene. I'm here to tell y'all that fentanyl is going to make the Sackler family look like saints. And I want to let y'all sit with that for a second. It is time for us to be proactive and not reactive. We were reactive with crack. We were reactive with opioids. And y'all are taking the first step at somebody in Senate finally being proactive. I truly believe in my heart that this bill will stop the supply and can help stop the supply of fentanyl. But in part of being proactive, gentlemen and women and ladies, I have to be frank and tell y'all that if we don't talk to the other side of Capitol Hill and stop the demand, we are going to spin our tires in the mud. Y'all are taking the first step, but I encourage you to take it outside of this room and you take it to your colleagues and your constituents and you give them the most that you can. I know I've got a few seconds here, and Senator Brown said I may or may not go over. All I want to say is that I not only encourage y'all to do this, I encourage y'all to take it a step further. At every concert I perform, I witness the heartbreaking impact of fentanyl. I see fans grappling with this tragedy in the form of music that they seek solace in music and hope that their experiences won't befall others. They crave reassurance. These are the people I'm here to speak for, y'all. These people crave reassurance that their elected officials actually care more about human life than they do about ideology and partisanship. I stand here as a regular member of society. I am a stupid songwriter, y'all, but I have firsthand witnessed this in a way most people have not. I encourage y'all to not only pass this bill, but I encourage you to bring it up where it matters, at the kitchen table. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. DeFord.
Yeah. Excellent job getting that much information there in 5 minutes. He did really good with that. I was happy with it. I don't talk about it a whole lot, but I have a brother, or had a brother, that was 54 years old when I lost him. But I really lost him in 1975 when he became a heroin addict. He was living in National City, California, just north of the Mexico border. And ironically, I was living in Florida, completely across the country. I had moved to Florida. I was still in my teens. I went there to go to, well, I was supposed to go to school. I wasn't going to school. Yeah. Florida was an 18 state, so beer and girls meant more to me than the classroom. But anyway, I'll never forget the night that long before cell phones, the night that I got a phone call from him, and he said, I'm coming to visit. I was like, oh wow. There's just this long pause. He goes, there's my flight number. this is when I'm showing up. Will you be there for me? That's basically the way the conversation went. But I knew in my that something was wrong. I knew something was wrong. I didn't know what. I think I was, 19. And, but I knew something was wrong. When he walked off of that airplane into the concourse there, I mean, I knew as soon as I saw him that it was bad. And he became, at the time, the answer was methadone. We got him to a doctor. I went through the withdrawals and the cold, the sweats and the fighting and the battles and all that, and went through all that with him, which was a great experience for me, because that's one thing I liked about being the youngest in the family. All those experiences that my siblings went through were a good lesson or reflection. So, but anyway, the problem with methadone was he was pretty much off and on for the rest of his life, addicted to methadone. He never addressed, he did. I shouldn't say that. He tried AA, NA, all that stuff. And he did it toward the end, the drinking on top of it. Is pretty much what destroyed his liver, combination of the two. But anyway, and this is what I like about the Suboxone program is it they also, at least here, I'm sure it's that way. They get you into support programs to deal with the psychological aspect of the addiction, because it's not all just physical. The physical is the traumatic part. The psychological is the everlasting part, and it's just so anyway, that's enough of that, because it's really sad. But I beg of anybody that's listening, if you don't know much about it, look at it and support Suboxone, support it becoming more readily available, because I haven't checked in a while, but the last time I checked, I think I know that when I went on the program, so I'm in I don't live in the city with that much, but I'm in the outskirts of the city. We're probably, gosh, I don't know, but probably maybe between a half and a million. I don't even know what the population is anymore. It's been so long since but there was only a handful of doctors that were qualified to prescribe it. And I don't think that there's that many more, maybe double that now. It's just not enough. It's just not enough. It needs to be more readily available, because, anybody that's ever dealt with somebody or yourself dealt with addiction, time is of the essence. It's can't put it off, because an addict gets to a certain point that, they say, you can't help someone that doesn't want to help themselves. Well, when an addict gets to the point where they are ready or willing, you got to move. You can't say, well, hold that thought for a couple of weeks or hold that thought for a couple of months. You just can't do it. Anyway, all right, enough of that. Let's get into some nonsense. And that would be this moron. This is his latest. Every week I'm gonna put this guy up there, just because he is just priceless. I mean, he's like chili. He just is loaded with content. Loaded with. Let me close this browser and come over here and see what's going on in the chat. What we got over here. Yeah, isn't that funny, Vaughn? I still talk to my mother all the time as if she's here. My best friend, you know. Yeah, Colette. Yeah, I'm not far from the border. We feel where I live, we feel the effects of the border pretty quickly. Only because Interstate 44, which is the old Route 66, is, you know, the dissecting interstate. And so anything that happens at the border and they're going north, it's, you know, if they go west, they're, you know, usually heading for California and Arizona, but if they're going Chicago or New York or anywhere, St. Louis, no matter where, I-44 is that target. And we live right where all the tornadoes form too. We are at the belly of Tornado Alley. Okay. Do you, Liz? Yeah, you know, it helps me. I really do. And it's funny because I talk to my dogs like they're people. Well, I should say dog. I lost 2 dogs last year, so I've got a daughter out of them. And you know, I mean, she's laying there right now. She totally understands the headphones and me babbling. She gets it. Well, I don't know how she does, but she understands it. Yeah, but I do. I talk to my mom, my mom all the time. It does help. It helps me a lot. Anyway, so let me pull this up. Talking about all this depressing crap on the shit. I'm gonna. All right, let's see. Let's see what Yo-Yo. I didn't even watch all this. I just saw he posted, and I know it's got to be priceless. Chief Tuttle, country cop. What a racist piece of crap. All right, let's see what this moron's got to say today.
Top 3 here. Had a lot of controversy come up on my channel, and when a controversy comes up, it's hard to talk about anything else. So we're going to talk about it. A lot of people have dug into my past and found some of my history, which is no problem with me. It's all public record. So let's talk about it. Chief Tuttle's history. January 28th, 1988, I got busted for possession of marijuana in Ventura County, California. Went to court, pled guilty, $50 fine, no probation, see you later. In the late 90s, bad check charge. That is absolutely true. My ex-wife wrote a check on a joint bank account, and I had to fucking pay for it. But that is true. Bad check. So I think all this is just a...
Yeah, he may have had to pay for it financially, but you don't get a bad check charge and then say, well, my husband's going to serve time for it, or he's going to take it on his rap sheet. That's so much bullshit. Yeah, he may have paid for it. Sorry, I didn't mean to click that. I knocked that thing down to the end. I don't know where it was. He's already covered all this. So if this is repetition from the video he did last week, then I'm not going to worry about it. We'll move on to something else. Because he's already covered all this crap. My argument with this guy is he makes himself out to be Rambo, you know, and he was the police chief of a town that had 440 people in 2023. So I can't imagine in early 90s when he was there. Well, they built a new chicken plant or something like that.
Absolutely true. My ex-wife wrote a check on a joint bank account, and I had to fucking pay for it. But that is true. Bad check charge. No probation. Go figure. The next charge that I had, and this is good. Now pay attention. This is going to get good. Last year, I got a DUI and 2 disorderly conducts. If you think Chief Tuttle doesn't like to fight, that record speaks for its fucking self. That's my record, okay? There's nothing else to dig up.
Guy.
Possession of marijuana, bad check charge, 2 disorderly conducts, and a DUI. but that just means Chief Tuttle likes to party. But I can't party anymore. I'm big in AA. And that part of my life is ended, which is a good thing, because when Chief Tuttle gets drunk, he gets mean. It's just always been the way it is. And Mrs. Chief don't like me drinking, so I don't drink, and I go to AA. Had a lot of call outs like, oh, you're just picking on people won't take you up on it. No, everybody knows where I live. I mean, I'm not worried about anybody showing up. It's not like Chief Tuttle is alone in this world, that I don't have any backup whatsoever. Mrs. Chief grew up in Morrow County,
Morrow
County, Ohio, and Morrow County is home to the largest militia in the state. Let me say that again. Morrow County, Ohio is home to the largest militia in the state. And I've been retired from law enforcement since 2003. So I've been retired quite a long time. Mrs. Chief knows all of those militia members. We have KKK here. We have.
All right. Yeah, I should have watched this before I pulled up. This is the same damn. He's looking down at the script. He posted this exact same video because I did a short on this last week. So it's the same nonsense, but he's racist. Somebody got on me. As a matter of fact, they made a comment in the video, comments about why I post. Oh, it was in my community post when I posted the size of towns that he was a cop in. And, just a little podunk. I think the largest one was 1,089 people. And then the sheriff's office that he worked for, which he didn't work for that long. The entire county was only like 16,000 people or something. So it's a very small county, maybe more than that now, but I think back then it was 16, something like that. But I'd also posted in the statistics that, we're talking like 92% white and 68% Republican. And people were like, why does that matter? Well, it matters because he brought it up. He's the one that kept bringing up the race issue. And he brings up, what was it he said? Didn't I see, I'm looking at the other monitor up on the wall there. Yeah, Danny's in here. So Danny's like over at Stone Bets a lot. So they watch a lot of his stuff. And he made a comment on a video that, Trump's going to fix it. Trump's going to. So he brought up the politics too. So that's the reason I put it in my community tab when I posted all those statistics. And I smelled this guy out from the very beginning when he was talking about being a chief. He knew damn good and well that a town that size, if you're chief of police of a town of 440 people, you're basically a deputy marshal, a night watchman. They don't have the budget for anything else. That's it. He was talking, what was he made a comment about having to drive a car with cheap tires on. Well, yeah, the town doesn't have the money to. Hell, I can remember back in the 80s when I was in law enforcement, it was a town that size. They used their own car. The city didn't even furnish a vehicle. They were paid mileage. It was like 19 cents a mile or 18 cents a mile or some shit back then. It's like, yeah. I hope that was stated with sarcasm, Liz. Yeah, this guy's such an idiot. I put I think I put it on the DP put we put Chili's red glasses on him because somebody yeah, he looks good with the red glasses. All right, I'm not gonna play this because this is just a repeat. This is just a repeat of what the nonsense that he carried on about. The guy's just an idiot. I was hoping DP would be here by now because I pulled this video up for him. I had this one ready because he stopped this. He would get a kick out of this. we're gonna watch this. This is the first time I watched like 5 minutes of this, but I loved how it started because I love it when this crybaby gets going. Definitely sarcasm. Yeah, I figured as much. Yeah, isn't that crazy, Scott? Yeah, he. Oh, speaking of Kaiser, so Kaiser's got that ex jailer and the mayor from that city coming on there. I guess there was a town hall or a city hall meeting, I guess, last night or something. Georgia Transparency showed up, and of course Georgia Transparency is he's got 3 minutes to plead a case and could have revealed so much, and he fumbled around. He spent his whole time just calling people names and stuff. He's such a guy. Come on, dude. You got an opportunity to expose these people. Yeah, we looked at that earlier. Let me pull this up here real quick. We'll just keep this moving. This is Toledo, and he's whining about people stealing his identity.
Teespring, Stand Store, X, YouTube, Instagram. My name is Chili DeCastro. The name of my brand is called DeleteLaws.com. I'm a constitutional law scholar and I'm autodidactic. Now, I know that this is the first time you've met me. So this is my face, so you can put your face to what you see on the videos. These are my Fifth Amendment cop cards. They're just like a driver's license. I mostly give these away to people for free. 6 steps in what you say and do when you're dealing with cops, whether you're the driver or the non-driver of a car. This is my Fifth Amendment trifold. It took me years to put these together. They have the name of my brand on them on DeleteLaws.com with a Z. The only place you can buy my products are on DeleteLaws.com. The only place you can see my videos are on my specific channels called Delete Laws. I had an assistant named Colin Campbell. I'm going to include the contract, the severance contract that I had with him. What Colin has done now is he's pirating my videos and putting my products on your platforms. I've sent out cease and desists. I've asked nicely, but you've never met me. So I realized this is the first time we've ever talked. Just imagine that you had millions of people who followed you and somebody was stealing your identity and responding to them as though they're you. He's responding to people on TikTok as though he's me. He's responding to people through your platform as though he is me. Teespring, he set up an account using Delete Laws Clips at Gmail, my email address, and then he stole my store. You won't let me put an account on my main account with 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. And Teespring, you would get a lot of money. We could work together just fine. I don't do anything wrong. Why can't I get a store on Teespring? But
somebody likes you.
Could get the store on DLZ Clips, my backup channel on YouTube, then pirate my email address, and you let him have a store selling my products on your store. So I don't want to sue you. Please remove these things from your store. Please remove my videos from the TikTok account called Project Constitution, and whatever new videos he puts up, this is what I look like. This is my brand. These are my products. I have thousands of them. I give most of them away for free. So please don't make me waste my time and your time and sue you. But if this doesn't happen, and I'm talking really quick, I'm just going to file a lawsuit against your company. I don't want to waste my time. I like to sue bad cops who violate people's rights. My ex-assistant Colin is replying to people on your platform as though he's me. He's selling autographed trifolds for $50. I would never do that. I would give them away for free. So please, let's keep an amicable, good relationship. Teespring, put a store on my main account. Delete Laws. Why can't I get a Teespring store on my main account? How come? Stand Store. Maybe we could do business together. TikTok. I don't know. I don't know. You guys have banned my accounts with over 1.5 million subscribers, so I don't know if I want to put another TikTok account up, but I will file a lawsuit. So this is my humble request,
There
my
you
nice
go.
request. I realize we don't know each other, but now you can see it's me in the videos. This is my face. He's pirating all my videos, replying to people as always me. So please remove these things so that I don't have to sue you. If these things are not done within the next couple days, I'm done asking. I'm done writing back and forth and filling out DMCAs. I'm just going to file a lawsuit against Colin, and I'm going to include you. Okay? This is not what I want. It's not what I want. I want to be friends. I don't know you. I don't know you watching this. I just want to move on with my life. I have a severance contract with Colin that I'll include in the email. Okay? This will be a video link. Thank you for your time.
What a piece of shit. He's and what's funny is he can sue Colin, but he can't go after the merchant. What's he going to do to the merchant? I mean, what an idiot. Oh my God. Chili. What a douche. Yeah, I mean, and we all know how he is with lawsuits, right? And then that cop cart that he was showing, if you didn't get a chance to watch, I'm sure everybody did. Dick Beck did his video on that last week. If I can get something else going here, I'll put a link to DP's up there. I gotta get, let's see here. We watched Jelly Roll. We got Lee. And then, okay, so I brought up Georgia Transparency a minute ago. So what's going on there? And I may not be right on the mark on this because I don't have time to sit and watch Kaiser, and I don't have time. I pop into SV's. I'm a member. I subscribe. I support him, but I don't have time to sit and watch a lot. But I pop in and out of there quite a bit. And but I know that this JJ and then this mayor have both been on Wrangler's channel. And apparently the mayor, I saw where he was accused of jacking up the price of FOIAs or something to make it more difficult for Russell Pickron, Georgia Transparency, for Russell to get the FOIAs that he wants. And so they had a city hall last night, and he shows up. He's got an opportunity to expose the mayor. He's got an opportunity, to get that out and try to get it on the record. But they pretty much just shut his ass down. I got it here. Let me see. No, that's here we go. Here it is. Let's bring this up. We'll watch this. It's only a couple. I think it's 3 or 4 minutes. Mayor, then Citizen Council. So let's see here. So this is Russell going to this little, very small city council meeting. It looked like there couldn't have been more than a dozen people there. But, Russell has a reputation around, so I'm sure that they didn't want to deal with him in the first place because he just here he has an opportunity to maybe do something. I mean, and the only reason I would be behind Russell is because it's anti-Kaiser. I mean, it would be something to going after Wrangler, so which I support wholeheartedly. Let's see. Let me get it.
So where'd that piece of crap mayor go?
Hold on, let's get to where he gets up there and talks. It's the intro. Stand up to the Pledge of Allegiance.
Looking at the audience, gentlemen, would you please remove the hats with proper decorum of the meeting? Thank you. All right. Citizens' comments regarding agenda items, Ms. Cody.
I just simply want to make sure that.
Wait a minute. Here, I guess I already skipped because I thought she was after him. I know that one of the city council members had to get up and leave the table and go out and present herself as a citizen because somehow they blackballed her. Come on, where's the part of it? Come on, can't do that. Can't do it complicated. I know he wasn't up there long. I swear I thought he was like the first one to talk. Yeah, because the mayor leaves. Oh, darn it. I didn't know I was going to play this or I would have had it queued properly.
Quiet. I mean, hey, let me get something square with you now. I'm tired of you disrespecting this mayor.
Is there a comment on the agenda, Ms. Gray?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, this is it. See, she's a city council member, and she's one of the ones. She had to get up from because they wouldn't let her speak, so she gets up and. Oh, thanks, Vaughn. Yeah, ever since I appreciate that. Ever since my channel got deleted back in December, I lost all my members and all my subs. I'm slowly trying to get it built back up. I love you too. I appreciate it a bunch. So this little gal is an older black lady, and they're just stonewalling her ass. It's worth watching. Let's watch it.
Hey, the reason why I have to leave my council seat and come to this podium in the audience is because the city manager, Al Grieshaber, and Mayor Proctor have revised the city council agenda to delete the heading City Council Comments, whereby previous mayors, including Mayor Jewell, encouraged all council members to give regular reports to the citizens regarding services performed as elected officials of Grantville. Now, council members are denied freedom of speech at the meetings. And Grantville citizens are denied freedom of speech online, where council meetings are posted. This is a violation of Citizens' Bill of Rights. Also, the amendment of the Grantville Code Section 3.01 restricting duties of council committees to meet is illegal. I requested a Black History Month resolution for the council agenda February the 12th, which I read for consideration and approval. First of all, the resolution was placed as the very last item on the agenda. Why is this resolution placed as the last item? Is that because it doesn't seem important? Number two, I was informed that the city manager instructed the city clerk's office to revise my resolution and delete my name as well as other council members' names approving and signing the resolution. Also, the minutes do not reflect comments that were made by citizens. My comments, for the record, are that I read the Black History Month resolution at the last meeting. I feel discriminated against and that I'm being erased from the history of Grantville, which is the city council minutes. The only way an employee in Grantville can know how that feels is to walk in the skin of a Black female council member or ask somebody that's Black. Yes, most of 2023, I was treated with disrespect. Agenda items that I requested to be placed on the agenda were deleted or revised without my consent. Council committee meetings, the administrative meetings were canceled. I was locked out of City Hall, and there's more, Mr. Mayor, there's more. This year, 2024, Black History Month, I have a dream, like the dream of the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., that everyone will be treated equal without discrimination and given the respect every human being deserves. put it for the record, the city clerk did not put it attached to the minutes.
All right, Russell comes up
Well, it is granted.
after this. Now, keep in mind, Russell's got an opportunity to expose Kaiser and this mayor that they're in cahoots together, and he fumbles.
Approval of the agenda. Do I have an approval of the agenda? A motion.
Motion.
Second. All in favor to approve the agenda, signify by raising your right hand saying aye.
I'm opposed, Mr. Mayor.
Okay.
I'm opposing because the agenda does not have a place for citizens to speak at the end, and there's no place for city council members to report what they've done. I mean,
Approval of the minutes. City Council regular meeting minutes, January 22nd, 2024. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
I'm opposed to the minutes because
Navy Tex, this is the city council meeting last night that Russell Pickron, Georgia Transparency, went to, and he was going to expose the mayor for being in cahoots with Kaiser and that JJ guy. And he built it up, but he just drops the ball big time. The guy's just an idiot, the way he handled himself.
they're incorrect, Mr. Mayor.
Do I have a motion, City Council work session meeting minutes, February 12th, 2024? Do I have a motion?
I have a motion to remove those minutes from the agenda because they're incorrect,
Well,
Mr.
right, we have a
Mayor.
motion to approve first. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Are
All
you
in
not
favor?
gonna ask
I'm
her
opposed.
what's wrong with the minutes?
The first motion was to approve. And that is passed. Please keep your comments from the audience off. City Council special call meeting minutes, February 12th, 2024. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
I'm opposed, Mr. Mayor. They're incorrect.
Yeah, Tex, you follow it closer than I do. I think that's where it is, Kentucky. You know where that JJ guy worked. I believe it was Kentucky. I don't follow as closely as you guys do.
The minutes are incorrect, Mr. Mayor.
Okay.
I say you guys over at SV's channel. And Paulo Kaitis don't have time to watch Kaiser. And like I said earlier, SV, I try to watch as much as I can. But yeah, it's Meade County, Kentucky. That's right. Yeah.
Decision on resolution 2024-01 honoring the celebration of Black History Month 2024. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve the resolution that I proposed and I presented to the city council at the last meeting, and not the one that's in the packet that's been scrubbed and signatures taken off of the council members. None of them requested, have indicated that they will not sign it,
Trying to find
but
Russell.
I was informed.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is.
Oh, that's public record.
No, it's not.
Of course it is.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you said you'd buy.
Yeah, see, the
Citizen
mayor
comments.
gets up.
Mr.
Yeah, that's
Mayor.
right. So the mayor gets up. As soon as Russell gets up to speak, the mayor gets up, leaves, come and get the camera and takes the camera down. And they apparently that's a private camera. It's not even a city camera. It's not for, but they've been using it for public record in the past. That's how corrupt this dude is. I hate supporting Russell on anything, but it's one chance that they could have, exposed some shit here, and the guy drops the ball big time.
Oh, that's public record.
No, it's not.
Of course it is.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you said you'd violate people's rights, so.
Why did you turn that off?
Well, he said twice he'd violate people's rights. You support this.
Mr. City Attorney, is that proper?
I'm not aware that that's the city's camera or that it's operated by the city.
Mr. City Manager.
Well, where did the mayor go?
Out there, is that owned by is that a city? The city paid for that camera that's been filming these meetings, is that correct? No?
No, the city did not pay for that.
Well, the city's making a record of it with using it.
Whose camera is that? Who's it belong to?
I don't know.
Where'd that piece of crap mayor go?
Where did the mayor run to?
I don't understand this.
Does the Grantville Police Department support this? Do y'all support this? He said not once, but twice. I will violate your rights. Not once, but twice.
Sir, thank you for
So the meeting is over as far as, This is very strange. This is very strange. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I hear the timer running. I mean, I guess, did you know that your mayor's on a convicted felon's YouTube channel and facing more felonies as representing himself as the mayor?
Who's chairing the meeting? The vice mayor she's on the phone. Yes. Who's chairing the meeting? Casey's on the phone. Who's next? Who's chairing the meeting now? That's what I want to know.
The mayor pro tem would be in the absence of the mayor.
Is Casey still up?
Okay, Casey, you still on the phone?
Yes, I'm still on the phone.
Yeah, so she's chairing the meeting.
Can I get my 3 minutes restarted then, since all this commotion happened?
Sure.
Yes, no, go,
Sure.
get bent or something? Somebody give me an
Go
answer.
ahead, 3 minutes, Mr. Allen. Go ahead.
Okay.
This is your mayor. This is y'all's mayor. He doesn't like people to stand up here and talk freely. Let me remind, first off, I'm so sorry. Thank you, council, for having me up here. The mayor took off. I wanted to thank a fellow roughneck, a Wrangler roughneck on there. Sir, you don't interrupt me. And so
You need to
not
give your
once.
name and address, please.
Oh, my name's Russell, 137 Commerce Avenue, LaGrange, Georgia.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Please don't interrupt me again, sir. So
you see what I mean? God damn it, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. You see what I mean about Russell, though? Instead of getting to the point and carrying on with, dang it, okay, and carrying on, calling people names and just being an idiot, he could be using that time to show that, what's going on, that this mayor, has gone to Kaiser's channel and the things the mayor said over guy. Now, I didn't watch it. I only know as I was told. Of course, my source was DP, and I know that Dick Bag's information is going to be good. But he had told me what had gone down. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. They're in collusion there, and you've got the evidence because it was on YouTube. I mean, shit, it's right there. Anyway, I'm sorry, God, I can't believe I hit that and clicked it off at the wrong spot because I wanted the Russell gets shut down. I'm so sorry. I'm an idiot when it comes to computers. Mayor's still there. And he's still there.
you support this.
Filming these meetings, is that correct? No. No.
Do y'all support this? He said not once, but twice. I will violate your rights.
Who's chairing the meeting now? That's what I want to know.
The mayor pro tem would be in the absence of the mayor.
Is Casey still up?
Okay, Casey, you still on the phone?
Yes, I'm still on the phone.
So, oh, what a joke. What a joke. Oh my God.
How's mayor? He doesn't like people to stand up here and talk freely. Let me remind, first off, I'm so sorry. Thank you, council, for having me up here. The mayor took off. I wanted to thank a fellow roughneck, a Wrangler roughneck on there. Sir, you don't interrupt me. And so
You need
not
to give your
once.
name and address, please.
Oh, my name's Russell, 137 Commerce Avenue, LaGrange, Georgia.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Please don't interrupt me again, sir. So last time I came in here, he decided he wanted to play music, blare music. Why? On his Q&A Facebook page, he said, I guess I'm denying them their First Amendment rights. Why? Does he not understand he did this? He raised his right hand and took an oath. Like you, Miss Berry, you, Dave, Mr. Clark, wherever the mayor decided he wanted to run and hide at being a coward. Miss Evans, she's on the phone tonight, and I guess you're new, Miss. Is it Breen or Brian? Okay, I don't want to mispronounce it. That would you say that to the people? and just deny you your rights. And then not only did he say it, he's took it into action. He's had the Grantville Police Department try to issue me a citation, which my attorney got taken care of. Thankfully, Judge Reeves knows the law. Playing loud music, when's it end? Just because somebody wants to stand up here and speak freely. Mayor says I have no credentials. Where's his freaking credentials to practice his religion? Where's his credentials to practice his free speech? Everybody sitting out here has freedom of the press. They can get up here, they can say what they want when they want to say it, and then they can take it and distribute it wherever they want to distribute it to. He doesn't like that. He can't stand it. So now it sounds like he just interrupted a public record. Luckily, I'm running my cameras. So now y'all don't have a record of this. And what Councilwoman Dee Berry had said, nothing's getting put on the minutes. Now how are you going to transcribe the minutes? This city, the attorney, I don't know what legal advice you're giving them. I understand you can't tell them what to do. Y'all need to get your heads out of your 5 points of freaking contact. Thank y'all.
He had all that time. He had all that time to concentrate on the task at hand. His objective was to go there and expose the mayor for colluding with Kaiser. Oh, Russell, what a dip. What a dummy. Yeah, Russell's pretty close to my heart, dear to my heart, because it was Russell Pickron that a couple years ago when on my other channel, I was very dedicated to Predator Troll from early on with his channel. And I would spend I'd spend all my spare time doing, research and things behind the scenes. And I was doing extensive research on Russell, all the way down to his ex-wife down in Florida and so on and so forth, and looking into him to see what he was for Predator Troll to give it to him. And that's when Kaiser showed up on the scene. And that's when I left. There was a couple things that Kaiser said early on that I looked into, and I called him out on it, and it just didn't jive. And I didn't like the idea that he was being put up on a pedestal, because I didn't, there was just something that wasn't right. The whole Texas thing I knew didn't jive. The first name he used was Michael Kaiser with an A, and he was Captain Michael Kaiser, there is a Captain Michael Kaiser in Dallas who's a legitimate veteran, and so he kind of scrambled around and changed things up pretty quickly. And anybody that was around back then remembers the first time he came up on Predator Troll's channel and live stream. He didn't have an avatar or anything. He didn't even have, I think all he had written, it said Mike, I think, Mike or Michael, I can't remember which. Then the next, they covered all this stuff that supposedly was his military background, and everything that I had found out, he was in the military, and everything that everybody confirmed to me that he was a veteran. And where everything went south for Russell is when he went to work as a jailer for the sheriff's department, and I believe that was in LaGrange. And God, it's been so long ago. Probably won't get the facts exactly right, but I remember the whole thing. I think it was the third time that he came up on the panel, and that's when I contacted Josh behind the scenes. I said, "Dude, something's not right here." He goes, "No, man, this guy's legitimate. Something ain't right. Something's just not right." And I have never since then. I decided to start my own channel, and early on, I was kind of hooked up with what's his name up there in Canada, take down exposing fraudsters or fraudsters. No, yeah, exposing fraudsters. And he and I did some stuff together, live streams and stuff. And Kimmy Dawn, now Kimmy Wrangler, but Kimmy Dawn was his moderator. And when I split off from with Mike, which was stupid nonsense stuff, but I'm glad I did, because we were using, when he was suspended, his channel was suspended. We were using my channel for live streams. There's no way. I mean, he tried a couple times, and I'm talking about Wrangler, to get me to do live stream with him and stuff. I just wouldn't do it because I had already had a situation on Mark Stout's channel. He showed up one night to go. Mark used to go trolling sometimes after his live streams, and he somehow or another, Wrangler ended up with us that night. And while Mark was harassing somebody, I just flat out asked him about the whole Michael Kaiser and the name change and shuffling around and that kind of stuff. And I don't remember what his response was. It was bullshit, whatever it was. But he pretty much avoided me after that, because I think he says it. But then he came on my channel early on and said, would you come over and or no, could I come on? Because I don't even think he had could do live streams at that point, but he wanted to do a live stream with me. I said, no, absolutely not. Kind of ignored him. But yeah, I just avoided I trusted my gut that time, and it was right. Wrangler ever paid Blackheart those super chat? No, I don't think so, dude. Yeah, that was pretty sick, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't think he ever did. I mean, I'm sorry, I have to look at another browser for the chats. Let me get over here and look and see what's going on. I'm here for you guys. Yeah, Bond, if you remember, he kind of creeped into Mark, and then when he got, when him and Kimmy, Kimmy Dawn just disappeared, and everybody's like, what happened to Kimmy Dawn? Da 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 da. Then they resurfaced, and it was, Kimmy Wrangler or whatever. He would go to a live stream, whether it be mine or, of course, I would just block it. But if any of you recall, when I quit doing live streams with Takedown, they came on board. They came back. I mean, I wasn't going to let it happen on my channel, but when his channel came back up and he got reinstated by YouTube, they were all buddies. Ray and Takedown and Wrangler and Kimmy Wrangler. They were all buddies. They were there all the time. But before then, him and Kim, they would show up to a live stream way early, and they'd be the first ones to say hello. They were doing this lovey-dovey shit, oh, I'm getting coffee and donuts for my beautiful, missus, and oh, I'm getting coffee and donuts for my wonderful husband, and doing this shit on the chat. And they go, and this is when he first got his channel going, and he go, by the way, and he'd put a link to his channel or whatever live stream he'd have coming, which is kind of bullshit in the first place. I would never go to anybody else's channel and do that without asking. And move on. Let's tell people in the chat. No, Vaughn. Yeah, you remember all that. So what's really funny is one night, I don't know, this is probably 8, 9, I don't know. It's been quite a while. So one night, my phone rings. I look down, it's Mark. And I was like, oh, hell, it's like 2:00 in the morning, which is pretty common for Mark Stout. And he knew, he could call anytime. I'm usually awake. If I do sleep, it's not at nighttime. And he goes, "You were right." I said, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "You hit Kaiser. You were exactly right, weren't you?" And it was when, I don't know. I don't remember if it was Tats or whoever, but it was just coming out about Kaiser, some of the particulars about him personally. And I said, "What?" And he goes, "Well, they're talking about, Kaiser, this, that, and the other." And I'd already done enough research. I mean, I knew that his mom had remarried and his family had this property, and they came from Texas and had this property in Oklahoma. And Wrangler apparently, because his stepdad, I think that family really didn't want him. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was maybe her or his sister didn't particularly want him to inherit that home. Now, I think some people think his mom's still alive, but she's not. You go to ancestry.com and you can find all that out, because it gets into the family dynamics. Anyway, yeah. I said, "No, dude, I told you early on you can't trust the guy because he's just not, something just isn't right." Is that your dog's name in your profile there, Liz? That's Apollo. Yep, for your avatar. Yep, Apollo. That's a good name. Yeah, I have big dogs too. My male that I had to put down back in July, he was, like 120, 30 pounds. And they love, when you have a dog that just loves to, what the hell? He can take over a bed. Yeah, you get those legs sprawled out, they just start pushing you away. Mine always used to get me with his gas. Start farting. God, that's like, wake up and be like, "Oh my God." And of course, they'd have their head down at the foot. Anyway, well, that's pretty much all the crap I had for tonight. The Georgia transparency thing. I was going to. Liz sent me an email. I'm sorry, Liz. I did. I went on my other browser and looked. Hold on. Yeah, she said this just came up on Discord. Let me pull it up. Here, I might have to pull it up on this one. Let me pull it up real quick. Liz said that something just got dropped in Discord, and I don't do Discord, so let me do this real fast. Kill a couple of these. Close that. Close that. I'll have to open up that one first. There. In just a second, I'll look at it, Liz. We'll see what it is. Something about a protection order. Yeah, I wish somebody like Tina was here, because she knows all those guys' names, and I know it if I hear it, but I don't memorize that stuff. But the guy that financed Chili's channel. Okay. Liz says this is a brand new protection order filed against Jose De Castro from his former business partner. Now, are you talking about his former producer, or his actual business partner? Let's see what. No, that's Colin Campbell. Okay, Colin was his producer. His actual business partner, the money behind it is God, what is that guy's name? And I can't see the chat, so hopefully somebody will pull it up. Yeah, Vaughn, surely you've had to deal with those dog parts before in the middle of the night, right? Yeah, this is Colin Campbell. Colin was his producer and editor and did all his stuff for him. And you know what's funny? If you go over to Chili's channel and you look at his views, I noticed a lot of his videos are 6,000, 7,000 views. Chili used to get, there was times he'd get well up into, 20, 30, 40,000 views and stuff. Since Colin has left, it seems to be struggling a little bit. So maybe the walls are coming down. So let me pull this up for everybody. Let's see what it says here. We'll just take a peek at this baby. Campbell versus DeCastro. And I can't make it any bigger than that, I don't think. On February 26, 2024, Colin Campbell, Jose DeCastro's one-time business partner, it says business partner, but I know him as being his producer, filed for a peace order against Mr. DeCastro after Mr. DeCastro took to his YouTube channel, delete laws, and made threats against him. The temporary order was granted, and the hearing for the permanent order has been scheduled for March 4th at 3 p.m. Eastern in Maryland. Protective orders and peace orders are similar. The difference: protective orders apply if you are a family-like or sexual relationship, which it may have been, or if sexual assault has occurred. Peace orders apply to all other relationships, for example, between neighbors, strangers, co-workers, etc. Docket and document list. Hit the blue button to open, view, and download. And I'll do that later when I download it now. Wish I could open up a little bit more. So there's the handwritten statements. 1, 2. Oh yeah, there's the TPO. They're both requests for charges, and then TPOs right there. Yeah, I'll look at that later. I can blow it up and put it on my community tab. I'm sure everybody will be on it pretty quick. I mean, that's the one thing about, SB, I don't have to worry. He's always going to be on Wrangler, and, Dick Mag Patrol is always going to be on Chili. And, let's see here. Controversial social person on self-aware. Anti-free speeches, reaction, negative opposing viewpoints, up to charges, harassment, and other legal actions, exposing critical. Let's see. Copyright strikes on videos. Okay. Yeah, that's nothing. Wow. All right. So there's the actual order. Shall not abuse, not contact, not enter residence, so stay away from temporary residents. Okay. No, we'll watch that. See what goes on. Yeah, I didn't know. I really, honestly, I wish Tina was here because Tina knows for sure. I really, and so does DP as far as that goes. I really don't think Colin had financial stake in delete laws. What is the guy's name? Several years ago, he had that one guy that was like a sightings con man, or did infomercials and stuff out in LA. I don't even want to try to think. My brain won't work. Where's Tina when you need her? God, she can steal this stuff out right and left. I think Dan has pretty good knowledge. He stays on Chili too. I haven't seen much for Dan. I haven't gotten any notifications. Is WNN still? I know something went down. I can't remember what it was, but WNN's still up and going, right? So we'll look and see. Because I had reached out to Dan when I was having problems with Google and YouTube on my channel. I couldn't post anything for quite a while because I couldn't get access to my video account. Something was screwed up on the brand, what they call brand accounts, and I had reached out to Dan, and he was going to help me out on it, and then it just never happened. But then I heard something like, what did I hear about WelchNet News? Or am I dreaming that? Let me go look and see real quick. It may be my imagination. It seems to me something went down. And I haven't seen, I used to get notifications all the time. Come to think of it, I haven't had a notification from Welch News Network in quite a while. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, there's a new video. Chili gets arrested. Miss Mandy, happy Thursday. Yeah, Miss Mandy. Another one my gut told me to stay away from. She blocked me on a couple of years ago on my other account. I just always avoided it. Hi, Team Marie. How are you? Been a while. Good to see you. There's Linda. Hi, Linda. Hope everything's okay on the home front. We just kind of piddled around and looked at a few different things. And now I was just looking to see if, well, yeah, he's got video. Yesterday posted a video. Looks like not as many though, 11 days ago and then yesterday. Maybe just slowed down a little bit. But he stays on top of, and he would know. Linda, you remember Colin Campbell was Chili's producer and editor. Do you remember the guy's name? Tina could spout it out. That was the actual money partner for Chili, the one that financed Delete Laws, that put the money up for the channel. I can't remember what that guy's name. And DP would know too. He off dealing with something as well. Yeah, I'm looking here on this channel. I just can't remember it. Anyway, all right. So, did everybody watch my last video I put up with that idiot that knew her First to 11th Amendment rights? What was it? I put it in the title because she kept misstating. It's not working. Yeah, my wife. It's not working. Is my mic working all right? Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Vaughn. Yeah, she's crazy. Trying to remember the verbiage that I used. Okay, let's see here. Studio, pop over there. So I made a little short today. I've got it unlisted. I'm not going to post it yet because it's not done, but I wanted to upload it in case I wanted to pull it over here because it's got to be rendered down and stuff. But it was pretty much the same as the short I put out on that we just watched up there in Ohio, Chief Tuttle. But when he made that comment about Master Sergeant retired, it kind of pissed me off. He said he's overweight, eating donuts and shit. What a piece of shit. What was it I did? Yeah, I know one of my 11 commandments. Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty well covered everything I want to cover. Anything you guys want me to do? I mean, I pretty much watched what I had set up, but I'm open. 9:30. Yeah, we go for another 30 minutes or so if there's something anybody wants to watch. Oh yeah, I did watch that, Liz. I did see that. Yeah, he he was drunk, they said. Yeah, I did see that. That was pretty good. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to mute here for a second. I'll be right back.
Car crash in New Jersey led to an altercation between a police chief and his sergeant.
Argue about a jacket, okay? Don't touch me.
Whoa.
You have a problem? You grabbed me!
The Bradley Beach police released video from 3 different body cams. Cops arrived on the scene of a suspected drunk driving crash in November. While the officers checked on the occupants of the car and started their investigation, Police Chief Leonard Guida arrived at the scene and started questioning a responding sergeant about a jacket he was wearing.
Why do you got a jacket on that's not fit to be worn? What's on the back of it?
What do you mean?
Look at it, tell me what's on the back of it.
Oh, it washed off.
Yeah, then get rid of it.
Okay.
That's ridiculous.
Okay.
You're a sergeant, for God's sake.
Okay, Chief. Let me work this DWI, okay?
But the chief kept calling after the sergeant, who tried to end the conversation.
Chief, I'm on a DWI.
Over here.
Chief, I'm on a DWI.
Get over it.
The sergeant walked back toward the cars involved in the crash when the chief followed him, and the conversation turned physical.
Chief, I'm working. I don't have time to argue about a jacket, okay?
Get over here.
Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. You touch me. You have a problem? You grabbed me. Now get out of here before you get a problem.
Take him in. Take him.
No, you're going to go in.
Take him in.
Drunk again.
Reports say the sergeant has since returned to work, but the chief is suspended without pay until the outcome of an investigation. The mayor of Bradley Beach tells Inside Edition that the prosecutor's office has concluded the investigation and forwarded their findings to the borough for review. He says he expects to make a statement about it next week. For Inside Edition,
Yeah, I did see when he was going to take retirement. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Liz. I forgot about that. Let's see what else we got here. Check out. Oh, I know where I go. Let's see. I haven't been over there yet today. Let's see what this channel's got going on. There's nothing new there. All right, so we'll go check out. You want me to check out and see what Donut's got going on? We usually do. Yeah, that was 10 days ago. That's the one. Yeah, we looked at that last week. So he hasn't posted anything. Huh. Well, now let's see. Who else haven't I looked at for a while? How about Tia Marie? Those people still don't. Their channel was, or their website was still down, and they're still not accepting. I think they changed all their accounts. It was in between Christmas and New Year's. I sent them another email telling them that I could, be more than willing to put them on my community tab and try to stir up a little something for them. And they didn't respond. I went over to see if their channel, let me go over there real quick and see if they got it going back up yet or not. I don't know what happened to them. Now I subscribe to the Sierra Times or the Sierra Sun Times. That editor that I kind of talked to for a while during that, she comes over and watches the channel, so makes comments and stuff occasionally. And had made a comment. I think that they had talked about shutting down, but then I saw something that said that wasn't true. Yeah, so they haven't done anything. 3 months. Maybe traffic. See here. See if their website's back up. Okay, so they do have a new page. So their new they've got a different base page on their website, but let's see if they're taking orders yet. Yep. Nope, still closed. Store's still closed. So this is shit. Hey, Dickbag. Hey, DP, what was the guy's name that was Chili's financial partner, the one that invested in the channel? Not Colin, but the guy out west that invested in his channel. Because a protective order said that Colin was a business partner, but I always was under the impression he worked for Delete Law. Just he was a producer and an editor. Yeah, David Condon. Yep, told you DP would know. Yeah, so David was actually his business partner. Did you see that video? Were you in the background when I played that on the Well, wasn't Jeff Lloyd, wasn't he the guy that did the infomercials and stuff? That was before Condon, though, right? Anyway. You want to come up, or are you going to stay in the chat? No, you got it if you want to. You know how to. All right. So, yeah. So he filed a protective order. Colin filed a protective order against Chile. There's going to be a hearing on March the 3rd or 4th. And I already closed that out. She left it up there. No. Go back to my mail. There you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me
Sorry,
pull.
I fell asleep.
Good for you. No, I'm glad you needed it. You were up. I was so shocked to see a message from you at 8 something my time. I'm like, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever. Hey. Yeah. Good for you. No, I'm glad you did. So let me.
Yeah, Chili. That fucking guy again, huh?
Yeah. Let me pull it back up here real quick. It's not that long. I closed it. Let me pull it back up here so you can see it. Yeah, Liz said it popped up on what you call it, Discord, place I don't like to go. Let's see. So here it is.
It's a bad place.
I don't like it. Okay, share screen. Campbell, Colin Campbell versus DeCastro. Here it is. So it says on. Can you see it? Can you read it?
Yeah, I can read it.
Okay. All right. I won't read it again then. Good. Yeah, that's did you have you seen Chili? You haven't seen Chili's latest video about him whining about his merchandise and stuff, right?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Oh, you saw that? Okay, yeah, we played that. That's pretty funny.
Douchebag.
He's gonna see. You know what's he gonna do to the retail outlet? It's not there. I mean, you can't sue them.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot. I mean, he make that video. Your point is what? Your point is, hey, Teespring, if you get to that point where desperate, nobody's answering you.
Right.
I can only imagine they're ignoring him because his emails are as fucking chaotic and stupid as the video he made, doesn't lay things out in a clear order. If he says he's going to do a video about dog walking, he'll go off on 8 other different subjects and maybe talk about dog walking somewhere in there. I mean, I did a video about his trifold, when he's trying to give instructions on the trifold, and it's always like, just, he doesn't have any impulse control, so he just jumps around from thing to. So he starts out, all he has to do is say, hey, this guy hijacked my account, and can you help me, please? He gives his like sales pitch for his what he does, and then talks about how he's gonna sue him and shit. It's just like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Stay on point.
Yeah, I brought up the fact that the one thing I noticed when I was over there is most of his videos 5, 6, 7,000 views. I remember when he used to get 25K, when Colin was doing this stuff, there was times he'd get, 45,000 views. And so, not on all of his stuff, but some of his stuff, but most all of it was all, I think I saw a couple that were under 5,000 views. That's got to be pissing him off.
Well, he's trying to scam that old man in Maryland. The Heller guy, the Second Amendment gun guy.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. The guy Dick Heller, he helped get the right to own a gun. The legislation passed through Congress, huge Second Amendment win. And he's like 82 years old. I think this was back in, it was like 14 years ago or something. Well, the guy's like 82 years old now, and Chili's there trying to make little miniature keychain guns for him that say Heller on them. Yeah, he's an idiot, man. He just can't. Again, that's his whole big problem in real life. He can't stay focused on anything. He just bounces around. He's got no discernible plan.
I wonder does anybody know what the purpose of filing this in Maryland was? This protection order? Is that where Colin lives?
Colin's from there, or at least spent a significant amount of time there.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah, there's some handwritten shit there too. I'll look at that later and put it on the community tab or something. I'll read it later. I don't feel like going through it now. My eyes are getting tired. Dun, 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 dun. Yep. Well.
And then what's the other thing? Oh, his court. So I ran that poll. Will Chili show up to court or not? No. No won the poll. Corey Feldman was a close second, and then yes, he will show up was a third.
Corey Feldman.
He so it turns out he sort of did and didn't show up at the same time. He appeared via Zoom, even though he was ordered to appear in person last time. Now, I don't know if he did get some sort of advance last minute approval for that, or if it was worked out ahead of time. But he lucked out because the officer wasn't available that day either, which, God, you'd think these guys would have schedules down a little better, but
yeah, I think I did see that.
But he again, it's like everything with Chili. It's like never a simple fucking answer. So he managed to delay the inevitable for another couple of weeks. But the judge did tell him when he tried to, say, well, I can't make it in on a Monday. She told him too bad.
Here we go.
Funny.
Here, I'll put this up real quick. Let's see what this. You probably already watched it, but I haven't seen it. Hold on here a second. Check this out.
To our Nevada judges and their wonderful cameras. They were there this morning. Chili DeCastro's trial did not go forward today, February 26, 2024. There was already 3 prior continuances. The judge had ordered no further continuances, but it turns out the police officer could not make it on today's date. So therefore, the judge ordered it to March 19th. Chili appeared remotely via Zoom. Remotely via Zoom is pretty standard fare on all civil matters. Criminal matters are usually quite different. Now, just looking at this from a California perspective, that's really all I can do. Penal Code Section 977 allows a defense attorney to appear on behalf of his client without the client present, not for felonies. But I'll let you hear what the judge said when Chili did not agree with the new scheduling. Continuance was not because of him. So let's watch this nice clip. It's very quick from our Nevada judges. Here I am as a partner. I would encourage everyone to join or contribute to them because what they do costs money. Their video editing skills are miles above.
On behalf of Jose DeCastro is present on video this morning.
Your Honor, I spoke to the state on Friday. I asked to call this matter off.
Just real quick, I'll promise not to interrupt too much. The judge right now is counting out continuances and trying to figure out why this case is still in its roadblocks, because misdemeanor cases aren't supposed to take this long to resolve.
I'm in federal court in about an hour. I got here unfortunately last time when that date was set. If we could please get everybody an officer firms out definitively do that.
It's gonna be in 2 weeks. This has been going on since June of last year.
And Your Honor, could you
In your case,
These are the prosecutors right here.
it's, the officer requested that it be Tuesday through Thursday.
Prosecutor said the officer requests Tuesday through Thursday.
It's better for him. It could be any day, but
rarely 2 weeks on a Tuesday through Thursday.
My schedule's better on Monday and Friday.
Too bad.
I'm sorry, what did you say, ma'am? I couldn't hear you.
I said too bad.
Now, his approach was totally wrong. First of all, he's represented by counsel, so he's not supposed to be blurting out at all. And his attorney would have asked in a much more polite and respectful way. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I conferred with my client, and Mondays and Fridays would work better for him. But now that the judge has already heard that the prosecutor needs Tuesday through Thursday, how interesting that Chile now says Monday and Friday, the days that would cause yet another continuance. And his attorney could kind of look at his client and say, you know, it's time that you shut the F up. Remember, I can't swear. My mother watches these videos. Hi, Mom. So she's not going to like the fact that he addressed her directly and addressed her rudely. And then when he says, I'm sorry, I don't hear you, you don't speak to a judge like that. Now, if you want to slap, you know, what she does is she delivers what I call the bench slap. Now, I didn't invent that term, but it's a very funny term.
We're not open on Fridays.
March 19th at 9:30.
And I am available with Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Let's go back to the bench slap because I interrupted.
It's, the officer requested that it be Tuesday through Thursday. It's better for him. It could be any day, but
Rarely 2 weeks on a Tuesday through Thursday.
My schedule's better on Monday and Friday.
Too bad.
I'm sorry, what did you say, ma'am? I couldn't hear you.
I said too bad. We're not open on Fridays.
Look at this guy right here. He's silently chuckling, and so is this person as well. His attorney can't laugh at his own client. Bottom line is the judge also, he called her ma'am. So we'll come back on March 19th and see it again. I really can't imagine, but who knows? Another delay. This is definitely very unusual for a misdemeanor case to see the continuance was getting racked up this way. But remember, Chile didn't cause this continuance. So he did get a pass by appearing remotely. I think that because of the vagueness of the statutes, because I think the statutes really are unconstitutional. Again, this is from a California point of view, not a Nevada point of view. And because the statutes are so broadly worded, I mean, they're basically all encompassing statutes. I think even innocent people get swept up in them. I think he'll be convicted, at least on one count, especially in the video where he says he has the underhooks on the cop. I mean, that sounds like about as much resisting as you can get. Obstructing and delaying, exaggerating statements. There's just so many different ways they can play this, but we'll see. He's presumed innocent. For those of you watching the video, let's do a little bit of a poll. Since he's being charged with 2 charges, if you think he'll be convicted on just 1 count, put down a 1 in the comment section. Both counts, put down a 2. And if you think he'll walk and get an acquittal, a 3. Remember, no jury, so there's no hung jury situation at all. The judge is the one making the call here. And as I showed you in the last video, there has been no request to preserve his constitutional right to a jury trial. And there was also where he waived his right to a speedy trial under the Nevada revised statutes in a justice court. He was allowed to have his case heard within 30 days. So there's 2 constitutional rights that he waived. Remember in the first video in the press conference that Nevada judges did, he said, you know, you need to protect your rights, you need to preserve your rights.
And you should use your rights completely and fully and never back down from them.
I will applaud him for getting a lawyer, though. Michael Mee is a very experienced defense attorney. We'll see how this goes. As that famous Carol Burnett soap opera, As the Stomach Turns, well, that's where we're at. So we'll touch base again on March 19th.
There it is.
Patrick Darcy, huh?
He's right. It is a soap opera, an unnecessary one. Let's hope it gets canceled. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just looking to see if there was something else here that was interesting.
So, yeah, that's where Chili is. Did you already talk about Tuttle, I guess?
Yeah, I started out with Tuttle. And you know what? I didn't watch the video earlier. It was just basically the same thing where he talks about the militia and, you know, how you can see that he took his sunglasses off, put his other glasses on, and just basically the same damn thing. He talked about how his wife could have the militia there in just a matter of minutes. And he's talking the same crap. Yeah, same thing I already made the video on. So, yeah, it wasn't anything new. He's just so full of himself. Crazy. He
interesting.
Yeah, let me see here a second. Let me go back over here a minute.
He's a confused motherfucker.
Yes, he is. He's just so fucking arrogant.
Well, he's a narcissist like Chili, but he's dumber than Chili. But he's just as full of himself. Yeah. Well, maybe not just as full of himself. He's pretty full of himself, though, and delusional as hell.
I want to pull it up only because you were bringing up the video he did a few days ago was on immigration. I got some people gave me a blast of shit in my community tab about bringing up the fact in the population statistics of the towns that he worked for, that I put in there the race statistics and the party affiliation statistics. And the only reason I did, because he brought it up. You know, he brought up Trump, and he brought up the KKK, and he brought up, you know, that's the only reason.
Sure. I think
it wasn't something that I put in there being, like, it was like people were like, what the hell does that matter? Well, it matters because he brought it up.
Yeah.
What was it you were saying about his sword?
Oh, it's his ROTC sword.
Yeah, that's
on his wall. I mean, it's basically it's a mediocrity trophy. I'm not trying to bash on the ROTC or anything, but I mean, or say that they're mediocre or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, his personal mediocrity, because, like, ROTC, if you don't know, is like a I guess you could start it in your senior year of high school, and predominantly college, though, basically.
Right.
I think they help you financially through school, and also, but at the same time, you're training to be an officer in the military, and you have drills and shit you gotta do, and you wear a uniform. You're not in the military, but you're under consideration for it.
And it's one of the only ways. One of the only ways that you can get
you're a cadet, basically.
Right, but you can when you get recruited, you can come in as an officer.
Right, which is a good deal. I mean,
right.
I mean, officers. Absolutely. If you don't know the difference between enlisted and officers, at least at the entry stage, is pretty big gulf. Now, it evens out respect-wise a little bit when you get up to, like, master sergeant level. Even the officers will, defer, not defer, but they have a lot of respect for the master sergeants or in the Navy. It's the chiefs and the senior and master chiefs, and I mean, guys that really get shit done. You know what I mean? So, the ROTC
Linda,
sword,
he's not, Linda. He hasn't been a cop since 2003.
Yeah, exactly. This guy's living off of his minor accomplishments, which, look, man, if that's as far as he went, that's fine, but he's trying to blow it up to be like he's way more than he is, and he's still wearing his badge. He's still showing off his fucking, and if he went through ROTC, he clearly didn't become an officer. So either he bailed on it or they said, no, thanks at some point. So it's kind of a weird, a weird flex. Like it would be like me leaving my high school baseball trophy, on the mantle and drawing attention to it as if, it was like the greatest thing ever. Again, I'm not trying to disrespect the program or the fact that he even went through it. I don't know, how far he got or what the situation was on him leaving, but it's just odd. I mean, when my dad, he was an officer, naval officer, and he had one of those ceremonial swords like that. You only use those in the dressiest of circumstances, like the biggest ceremonies. I think the only reason my dad had it in the first place is because there was another officer that had a wedding, and they all wore the super dress stuff with swords and sash or whatever it was, and but otherwise it stayed in his closet. He never pulled it out again. He didn't, walk around the house with it or try. As a matter of fact, when I one year for Christmas, I thought after he retired, I thought it'd be nice to mount up all his ribbon rack in a shadow box for him. And so I did, and I gave it to him. He was like, "Oh yeah, thanks." Like he wasn't like he was like, "Fuck you." He was just, it wasn't all that important. And I think most of the people that get in, there's nothing wrong with showing off your, or putting them in a shadow box, putting them on the wall, and you earned them. I mean, but I don't think most dudes get into, or guys or gals, sorry, would get into the military strictly just to get a ribbon full of medals. You know what I mean? That's not like concern number one. You just earn them in the course of doing your job right, but when he is just it's funny because he started off saying he didn't have shit to prove, and then all of a sudden that morphs into him digging through his box of badges, and like fucking which badges, well, pretty.
Well, when they
are
look
not proof of anything,
no,
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
they're generic. DP, they're generic.
I'm sure most of it's fluff that he showed. I'm sure there's a couple legitimate ones that point to something he did in there, but they're not proof. You know what I mean? Anybody.
I saw two legitimate, one legitimate patch and one legitimate badge.
Exactly.
The rest of them stuff that you order online. Because look, if it's a county sheriff. No, I mean, that's what I've got pulled up here right now is that exact thing that I covered. If he was a county sheriff and he had a patch, it's not going to say Ohio sheriff. It's going to have the county in large print. It's going to say
he might have a state flag or something. Some of them.
No, they do. They almost always have some type of an emblem. They'll have something usually in the center, whether it be a patch or a badge or whatever. But and then when it comes to badges, and I only speak from experience, but every 5 or 7 point star badge that I have ever seen on a deputy, at the top is the name of the deputy. And the reason that is because back, especially 20, 30 years ago, a lot of times you're in plain clothes when you work for a small county like that. You're wearing blue jeans. You might have a deputy, one of those brown deputy shirts, but you don't have the name patches on there. Your name was always either on a pin on one side or on your badge or both. And none of those badges had a number on them, but one. One of them had a number on it. 43, I think it was, or 34 or something like that. And that was his county, one of his county badges. But yeah, no, most of that shit's all shit you buy off eBay and stuff. And they were too pristine. I made the comment. I have 2 patches that I saved. Both of them are somewhere in a shoebox somewhere. Not only are they worn, when I cut them off the shirt, I didn't take the stitching out. I just cut the shirt with it. So it's got the shirt as backing on it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you got to figure most of that guy's just, like I said, he's living in of his past minor.
Yeah, I mean, here's
sort of tangential. Well, I mean, I guess he was a cop, but from what I gather,
Edison. He was with
he
Edison.
got fired or something.
Edison,
real podunk.
Edison, Ohio.
Mhm.
Population 440 people is where he was the chief of police.
Right, and I don't know the full story, but it doesn't sound like it ended well.
No, but here's the thing: 440 people. Chances are he was probably not even driving a car that was furnished by the city.
Right.
Towns that size, a lot of times you're getting paid mileage to use your own vehicle. I mean, I'm familiar with those small town things like that. They're basically night watchmen or deputy marshals and stuff. This guy makes it sound like he was in charge of a big ass department. He was nothing. Alexandria, he worked for that department. 490 people. This is in 2023. Unless it had a chicken plant back then that had a couple hundred extra people.
2003.
No, I'm talking about my stats are 2023.
He worked in 2023
No, my stats, the stats that I pulled offline are 2023 stats.
for the town.
For the town.
Yeah, I got you.
But those towns don't change that much. A town that size doesn't change that much. I mean, they
wouldn't have gotten smaller.
Well, some of them do. Some of them shrink a little bit, but not that much. I mean,
right.
Like I said, unless the chicken plant shut down or Tyson bought out the chicken plant or whatever, something like that. But maybe they manufactured trailer homes and employed 90 people or something. But it's never going to fluctuate that much. The entire county was 16 or 17,000 people, something like that. Well, no, it's 20. I think it's 20,000 in 2023. So, so even when he was a deputy sheriff, I mean, you're talking about a county that just doesn't have that much of a budget, man. There's just not that much going on. And he talked about that taser, that $1,000 taser, and how he bought that from the department.
Right.
And he said, you can't get one. I can get that exact same taser. I can buy it. It's available. There's no,
he's a deeply confused dude. He says you can't get that patch nowhere.
Right. And I found
one 3 on eBay and
right. Yeah. I posted 3. I found 100 of them.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's what I mean. The first 3, when you type it in,
right.
3 immediately come up.
Right.
And I'm not going to give you proof. And then he goes on then he, tries to, I don't have to show anybody anything. Then he ends up trying to show everybody his little pathetic little scrapbook. And then he, Wrangler, nobody could know where Fort McClellan was the, was the MP school. How would he know that? Yeah. How would he know that living in Calhoun County, Alabama?
Hey, good job on the glasses there, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He was sort of similar to Chili. Another tough guy. He was talking about he's going to kick people's asses and stuff like that. And then, when people talk about kicking other people's asses all the time. And the funny thing is he also just tells on himself for being a racist and a complete bitch at the same time. Just saying, I need backup. And also, I need backup from a bunch of fucking white supremacists. What a fucking jagoff. I mean, so, yeah, he's a fucking goober.
That he is. That he is.
Yeah, God, oh my God, when he was talking about going through the whole rigmarole. Oh, he starts off saying, well, I'm going to show you why Wrangler isn't stolen valor. And then he goes off on the whole tangents about Burger King's on the base and everything else under the sun. And then just a few days ago, he's like, I don't care if he's served or not, but then he's, at the end of the broadcast, he's like saluting, and it's like, dude, you don't fucking salute people if you're not.
Right.
That's a part of a specific.
Right. It's a specific
thing,
gesture
and that's
for a specific situation.
Yeah, dude. Or somebody making a joke in a movie, or something. That's not for everyday use. Right. So now he's down to it doesn't matter. He tries to be Mr. Rah-Rah, pro-military, all this shit. I mean, he's like one of those cop groupies or military groupies. I mean, he was a cop, but only just barely, as far as I can see. He was not quite in the military, like worked up to it, but didn't go all the way. But it's comical, but also very, very, very sad.
Kind of like a date with a Bond, right?
What now?
No, I was pimping Yvonne. I said kind of like a date with Yvonne. Kind of work up, but not go all the way.
Don't drag me into that, buddy.
I know I can toy with her because I used to joke with her all the time. Let me try. Let's see what's going on in chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one video on Tuttle, but unless something extraordinary happens, I don't think I'm gonna make it a habit. But yeah, he's trying to think of a charitable way to put it. Special?
Do what?
I said I'm trying to think of a charitable way to describe him. I guess special, maybe.
You talking about Tuttle?
Yeah.
To describe him?
Yeah.
Just a wannabe.
Well, yeah, but I was trying to be. I don't know why I was trying to be nice about it, but. But yeah, wannabe is a good word too.
Yep, he certainly is. I'll play the rest of this out. Let me play it out and see.
I mean, there's a lot of words you could use.
We didn't watch the second half of this, but the first half was just redundant.
People that everybody in the county knows every deputy on the sheriff's department, and every deputy knows everybody in the county. That's just the way it is. Small county, you're going to bump into each other. So, like Jason Aldean said, not in my fucking small town.
Same shit.
And I just recently released a video about the homeless and the hungry in this fucking community. A lot of Americans are getting screwed out of food benefits because of these fucking illegal aliens coming up south of the border. That's got to stop.
No.
Hopefully, Donald Trump comes back and takes over for another term because he'll erase every fucking thing that Biden has done, which needs to be done because he's not done nothing but cripple this fucking country. Millions of fucking illegal immigrants are now surging through our fucking states. All of them, because they don't even know what to do with them on the south end of the border. They're like, well, we'll ship you to New York. Well, we'll ship you to Chicago. Well, we'll ship you to San Francisco. And the fucking illegal immigrants in New York City got caught on tape assaulting 2 NYPD cops. What did those illegal immigrants do? They put their tails under their asses and headed for the south of the border. Those 4 guys were arrested in Arizona trying to make it back to the south because they knew if they go back to NYPD, they're going to get shit stomped at fucking Rikers Island. That's just the plain truth of it. So the illegal immigration has got to stop. Biden either has to pull his head out of his fucking ass or we need to vote Trump.
Yeah, he doesn't know anything about prisons either.
He doesn't know anything about anything.
No, because
that video he made, did you play it?
What?
The video he made outside of I guess it was a food bank where he was just basically... That's the video he's talking about. He's standing outside of a food bank, right? And he's just going, look at all these people here. This is Biden's fault, and it's illegal immigrants' fault. And it's like, all right, care to back that up in any way or with any information?
Right.
I mean, it's all just ignorant ranting, Right. I find it funny that let's just say our more simple-minded brethren like Tuttle, and even smart people, they make these political arguments one side or the other. I'm not going to get into any of that, but either side is guilty of they seem to think things just immediately change. Like it's all. I mean, some things could be said to be a president's sort of direct part as an action of their policy, but on the whole, this shit is it's part of the whole system at large. It's not based on shit doesn't just immediately shift when somebody else gets into office and stuff.
Yeah, not only that, CK, another thing about prisons too, the minute they go in there, they're going to go and they're going to be with a whole group of other illegals that have their own gang. Prisons are so segregated, it's not even funny. Even small jails, even in a county jail. I mean, as soon as a guy comes in, it's automatically recruitment to get him to come to your group. Unless it's obvious, and of course it would be obvious with them because they don't speak English, and there's plenty more like them in prison. That's why it wouldn't happen that easily. It just doesn't happen. And like you said, the biggest targets. I mean, they if anything, they'd get an award. They probably would get somebody's commissary for a day or something for assaulting a cop. I mean, they're not going to get. He's talking about the guards, and it doesn't work that way with guards anymore because it's all privatized anymore. These private companies that run these prisons and stuff, they're more worried about lawsuits and shit than they are anything. So it's just not the way it used to be. Yeah, Bond says she'd lose her foot up his ass. Yeah, he certainly is a piece of shit. Here's that.
Hey everybody, it's Chief Though the Country Cop 3 here. Just wanted to show you this. This is the local food bank outside the local church. Look how many Americans are hungry. This is what the fucking illegal immigrants have done. These people are Americans. They've worked all their lives. They have families. They're Christians. Look how many of them need food assistance. That's what fucking Joe Biden has done to this country.
Yeah, that all happened in the last 4 years, I'm sure.
Yeah, and not only that,
maybe
they're driving cars. I mean, these people are in church. They're in church.
It could be some other meeting. You don't know. I mean, if you're going to do something like this, I mean, this is just the worst kind of video because he's out there assuming his premise, you know what I mean? And I mean, they could be anything, man. The food bank could double as a goddamn
right. Well, there's the food bank in the background, and if
community
the food bank was busy, there would be cars lined up getting filled with food and then driving out. I mean, he's just so full of shit.
Yeah, I mean, the
family's hungry.
Go in there and talk to people and find out what's going on, and then you got, then you figure out what the story is.
When they're giving ass loads of money to fucking illegal immigrants who don't even have an American pedigree, never been a citizen, never worked a day in this country. They're getting on average $3,600 a month, and they're taking food out of Americans' hands. So Americans are forced to do this. Fucking food pantry. This makes me sick. Thanks a lot, bye.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. He's in a small county. He's in a poor county. My guess would be the majority of the people that utilize that food bank are probably local. I mean, not immigrants.
Yeah. I mean, how exactly how exactly is illegal immigration taking money away from this particular food? I mean, show something
right
to back that up, which of course,
he can't because he's got nothing.
That's a good catchphrase for him. He's got nothing.
You got
He's
nothing.
got
Except
old tasers and old swords and old
that's not
badges.
even an old taser. That's one of the newest models. I went and looked it up. This is like top of the line. This is a whatever
So
he
he
called
said
it.
but he said he bought it off the force.
The department. Yeah. Well, the department no way could afford a taser like that, number one. And I don't think departments make it a habit of doing that. Now, I owned all my own. Anything I carried, I owned. There was no issue of anything, but that was 40 years ago. So, yeah, I don't know that, but I did. He called it an X8, and I looked it up that day, and it was like the top of the line, latest model. My guess is he paid $900 for it.
But he said you couldn't get it nowhere but what?
But buy it from the department, right?
Okay. Yeah, he's a fucking idiot.
That he is. Oh, all right. Now we're getting down there now. It's 10:30. Yeah, we started out while you were snoozing and started
I'm
out.
sorry.
No, we started out a lot lighthearted, though. It actually started a different direction. We went and watched Jelly Roll testify to the, banking commission about fentanyl. I was talking about the new, what they call smoking blues. It used to be blues were lower tabs. Now it's an oxycodone laced with fentanyl, and they're smoking them. That's how that video I did the other day on that Latino gal, that's what she was doing. She was smoking and she overdosed on fentanyl. The one that had the 3 kids in the car and ran into the bus stop. Yeah, if you haven't watched it, you need to watch it because she was totally, she basically was dead. They brought her back to life, and it pretty much kind of happened right there on body camera.
Wow.
When the cop showed up, she sprung up out of in the ambulance. She was laying down in the ambulance. She sprung up and took thrown up and taking a big, deep, gasping breath, and was just, you could see the stare in her eye. It was like, where am I? What's going on? But the lady said she had to do chest compressions on her because she wasn't breathing. Fell asleep, overdose while she was driving her kids. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
What a world.
What a good world, huh? Yeah, it's they're gonna have to, this fentanyl thing. It's just out of hand. They'll lace it in any kind of pill as long as it sells. They don't care. Those cartels can give a shit. They don't care at all. At all. Here is see. Hold on there just a minute.
Oh, so the other thing was that I put on my community tab about the Kellogg CEO telling everybody to eat cereal for.
Oh yeah.
Fucking dipshit.
Here is so you can see this. I won't play the whole thing, but I'll show you this. It's pretty interesting to see her come back to life. So here they show up on the scene. Watch her in the back of the ambulance.
New Mexico boy out on So I guess this is mom. She's overdosing. We got 3 minors that were in the car.
Can I go?
Yeah, are you witness?
Not to the
Caller?
crash. No, I was just doing the chest compression.
She almost hit us.
Yeah,
Okay.
she did.
She almost hit 3 other people. She's doing circles all the way up here. She almost hit me here. I hit my brakes. She slammed in here. Before she slammed, I saw her just touch. When she hit, I only saw was a face in this window. I pulled over. I got you.
Too long ago.
And then all the littlest one was chest harness. He wasn't even arms in it. He just buckled up the legs. Thank you, guys. I just pulled in here, filled the engine after I put in the park, threw the hazards on, grabbed the kids out, and they assisted me before I could get her up. 2 kids and mom. Everyone else is alive. She does have an ankle bracelet on, so she's probably already in here. So no. You guys know our kind of girl?
Yeah, I think she's awake in the back actually.
She's awake.
Watch this.
Your kids are okay. Your kids? So your children? I'm gonna have to call Sue or get a parent. Sue the only thing to worry about right now is
They gave her 2 doses of Narcan to revive her.
I have another unit in route and was waiting on them. That way we could all hang out. It did. Like a wall in the I had my CPR card. I had it. All right, let's take this out.
Let's take the IV out if you're gonna get out. Can't leave that in you.
Take this out, okay? Anybody use it?
On your phone, I'm on the bar with that in the parking lot today. Okay,
Yasmin, because of what you took, and the medication that we gave you, it could wear off, and then you could end up right back where you got you, okay? So I highly recommend you go up to the hospital, get checked up. Can we get you up to the hospital before we take this IV out? I just want you to know your children are fine. We already checked them out. Everybody's okay. It's just you that we're worried about this. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I just said to them, like, I never worried about it. Nothing about your things. Yes, sir.
Hey, Yasmin, there's some stuff that's gonna have to happen before you take off, right? You understand that? You're gonna come sit right here. You're not gonna.
Control 1126, what district?
Now you'd think she's gonna go check on her kids, right? Watch this.
Yasmin, you're gonna sit down.
These are my kids.
Okay, and they're fine. So you're not gonna go toss all your. Check it out. You're gonna cooperate, or you're gonna get detained. You're the one smoking blues with your kids in the car. You're gonna get no sympathy from me. So you're gonna sit down and
Are you
cooperate with
entertaining
this.
me anyway?
Yes.
Okay, then it doesn't matter.
Cool.
All right. Welcome back to the person has she first I thought he said smoking balloons, and I know DP, you'll probably remember this. Remember way back 30, 40 years ago, they used to put nitrous oxide in balloons, and they'd take the balloons and then go to a concert or whatever, and then you'd inhale it. They called that smoking balloons. So I'd never heard of smoking blues, so I went and looked it up. And what it is, it's oxycodone. What you do? Did I lose you? Did you go away? Oh yeah, I lost him. There he is. He's back.
I once was.
Did you see that look on?
lost,
Did you
but
see?
now-
Did you see her revive though? That look on her face.
Yeah.
And then it's just disgusting. But
A
then
lot
he
of
asked
people,
her,
when they have near-death experiences like that, they
right. Well, I'm not going to play it all because everybody here's already seen it, but at one point he flat out asked her when he's questioning her. Well, hell, I know where it is. I'll just find it. This is when I knew. It's right in here. He's asked her. Listen what he asked her.
Do you understand these rights as I just explained them to you? With these rights in mind, do you wish to speak? I'm just gonna ask you. I have obviously there's paraphernalia in there. But
Ms. Pacheco, is it okay if your mom takes the keys for your house? Yes,
she says yes, sir.
they're in my purse. father of the children is there. Is it okay if the 2-year-old goes with their dad?
Yes, my parents.
She says it's okay, sir. Okay. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, Mr. Like I was saying, it was just a Miranda warning, right? I only have I have just a few questions. I saw the paraphernalia when I pulled up on scene. It was in plain view. You passed out several times. There's witnesses saying that you're just doing circles, slumped over in the driver car. How many blues did you smoke?
I dropped some off, just half.
Just a half a blue?
Yeah, and it was down the road.
Where did you smoke it at?
I dropped some off the country.
You dropped some off at the coast light?
Yeah.
Are you slanging dope? No? You just dropped some off to some friends or what?
Yeah.
So when you hit the coach light, did you go through Avenida or you went through Lakeside through the back? Through Lakeside? Okay. And then you smoked a blue at the coach light or in the car?
No, in the car.
Not in the car?
No. We got down, we smoked, and then I smoked half of it, and then you can have the rest. And then I just started lighting. I had to go to Walmart.
Do you huff? There's a lot of air dust in there too.
I don't know. I'm not going to answer that question.
You're not gonna.
Okay, she says she's not going to answer that question. He asked if she huffed, and we all know what huffing is, a spray paint, because he found residue in one of the baggies. So you know she's just a fucking mess if she's huffing. All that is just killing your brain cells. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, huffing paint was something that used to go on 30, 40 years ago. I didn't even know people still did that shit. But then again, when you find 21 4-ounce bottles of vanilla extract on the floorboard of a car, that was the video I did just before this one was with and I've been trying to get people to watch it because a lot of people don't realize you can take a 4-ounce bottle of vanilla extract and it's the same thing as a fifth of vodka.
That stuff isn't cheap. Well, I guess you can get cheap.
What? It doesn't matter.
Right.
The fact is you can buy it underage.
Right. Yeah, I got
right.
it.
I mean, that's the issue. The issue is, you can run around to 3 or 4 different grocery stores and buy a few, if you're a teenager, that's the issue.
I feel like that's going to do you some damage.
And she goes, I'm not going to answer that question. She's not going to answer. Damn good and well she's huffing. And what a piece of shit. Drive around with your kids. So hopefully the husband gets custody of the kids. I hope so. And here's the other thing. Get this, since you haven't watched the video. She's got an ankle monitor on. She had a DUI just less than 30 days ago.
Wow.
Open. And at the end of this, and a lot of people commented on this, but I had a theory on this. Where is the charges? Charges are, it says, I'll be gone. Okay, so it's before that. Right. Be right. Or driving the kids back and forth from here to there because she's already indicated. Okay, so she probably had a hardship license, is what I was saying, that she could drive, for specific things. But they said that they dropped all the charges. Right here online says all charges were dismissed on January 5th, 2024. A lot of people are commenting, they can't believe they dropped the charges, but here's what I think. And I went to New Mexico. I went to the mycase.net to see if it's posted. It's just not posted yet. It'll probably take 4 to 6 weeks. January 5th, probably be up in the next week or so. My guess is that since she had an ankle bracelet on, that they had that case, and that case is probably rock solid. They probably dropped these charges, and they're going to use this incident on filing of the other charges. You follow what I'm saying? So I don't think she's going to get off scot-free. I think they were just dismissed because they have a solid case on the other one. And now, if it were me, I'd say no. If prosecutor, I'd say no way. I'd want it to go ahead and be a conviction, get it to run concurrent with it. But maybe we don't know what's going on in the other case. It may be better than this case. I don't know how much better you can get than that, though. Passed out and actually brought back to life with Narcan. You got 3 kids in the fucking car and you run into a bus stop. Somebody said something about asking me something a minute ago in the chat. Who was it? Colette, I think, said something about asking me what was it you wanted to ask? Where to go? Yeah, I lost it. It was there somewhere. I should have found it and held it there, but I checked. It's going. It's on another browser. Ask me what. I thought it was Colette. Oh, wait a minute. It says Yvonne asked me those Ram think of cop watchers. Could you please ask? Are you asking what I think of cop watchers personally? I think that's what she's asking. I have nothing against it whatsoever. That's how I met Mark Stout. Oh, and by the way, Yvonne, I texted him the other day and said, dude, now you got me concerned because at least he would always at least answer me one way or another. And he's not responding to anything. Now, I don't know if, I guess I ought to try calling and see what his phone does. And probably, I might try that tonight. Usually about 2:00 in the morning, my time is when he would answer. So I may do that tonight. But to answer your question, no, I haven't heard from him. I don't have anything against the cop watching at all. Did you get knocked back out, PP? No.
Nope.
Okay. I don't have anything against cop watching. I think it's an okay thing. I don't agree with cop interference.
Or being a jackass.
I mean, if you stand back and you don't interfere and you don't make it about yourself, I mean, I'm all for it. If anything, I'm probably more. I mean, I found my way into this frauditor thing actually coming from pretty much the other side. I've always been kind of I won't say a constitutionalist, but I believe in the Constitution. I believe that we should hold our government responsible, and the only way you're going to do that is to stand up to them, but not go act like an idiot. Don't make it about yourself. That's why I admire what's his name up in Indiana so much.
Terry. Iron
Otter, because he does that on a regular basis, and he's cordial with him. He has conversations with him. He stands back. He does it in a respectful manner. I don't have anything against it at all. I mean, I thought that I might take up magnet fishing, but I found out that's a young man's sport because it's hard work. So maybe if I want to find something to do with my time, I might go out and start doing that. Posting videos on the real way to monitor what's going on. But I don't know if I could do it or not, just because there's such a sour taste in law enforcement's mouth of anybody that, has a camera, it seems like.
Could be interesting.
Absolutely, Tex, and you shouldn't. Any cop that would have a problem with them being monitored or filmed, then I would look at them as, and I would love to do more videos on bad cops. I've got a whole bunch of stuff behind the scenes that I could do videos on, but I'm always afraid to do it because the last time I did it, everybody got all pissy about it, I was like,
some people are just here to see a specific thing, and they don't, they're not looking at. We learned that from the Wrangler situation.
Right. But I don't want to get stuck on one thing either. So, I mean, I've kind of crossed over from frauditors into this, what I call some backseat headbangers, which is just kind of fun. You know, it's just kind of a fun thing to do because they're they're amusing to watch.
They're nutty, huh?
Yeah, no, you're right, Tex. He does. He calls out good and bad ones. No, you're right. But his channel is very much specific to law enforcement. So I did notice that he has been doing some stuff like going to Code Blue and following some idiots and stuff. Anyway.
Yeah, these days, most cops have to carry body cams for the most part. I haven't seen any interactions with frauditors where outdoors where the camera's ever been an issue. Like the cop says you can't film. They just say you gotta be over there.
Right. Yeah, it's not about the camera. It never has been. No, you're right.
Yeah, I mean it's so commonplace now. It's kind of like, how are you going to stop anybody from taking pictures at a concert anymore, or filming shit? I mean, it's,
right.
So it's just too. I mean, everybody has a goddamn camera phone, so.
Oh yeah, they in those concerts they tell you to turn the light on your damn phone and hold it.
And that is good, man. I'm for that. I 100% for that. I mean, you catch things you
yep, absolutely,
that would otherwise go unpunished or unnoticed.
Keeps them accountable. I mean,
sure.
That's
yeah, that's not the problem. I mean, get real. It's like going up and being an asshole. You just for no good reason.
Yeah, we like donut around here. CK usually finish up with a donut video, but I already went over there and looked, and he hasn't posted anything. Last one he posted was we watched it last week. He must be taking a little vacation or hiatus or something.
Good for him.
Yeah, he puts out good stuff, and he has that other channel too, the one that's not edited as much. I'm not sure on what platform. Maybe just a website, but he's got more than one channel. Anyway.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to bail.
Yeah. I'm gonna call it a night. It's getting late. I need to get my beauty rest.
I do apologize for being tardy.
Well, I wasn't concerned about it. I'm glad you got some rest.
I don't feel tardy. Yeah. I just was like,
well, now I know you'll be up tonight working on videos, huh?
Yeah, I'll be up working on stuff. Probably not videos, but yeah, I got some stuff for Mrs. Dickbag I gotta finish and some other crap. But maybe.
Tell her we said hello.
I will.
Thanks for sharing you for a while.
Sure.
All that good stuff.
Absolutely.
And I will talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks everybody for hanging out. And yeah. We'll see you bitches later.
See you later, buddy. All right. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. I know it's ended up going a lot longer than I thought it was going to, but DP showing up late. Hope everybody had a good time. I enjoy having y'all here. Yeah, Tax, I might or might not. It seems like every time that I open up, I get sidetracked. I'm trying like hell these live streams, trying to be a little more organized and have stuff kind of formatted and cutting them down to 2 hours instead of 3 and 4 and 5 hour live streams. but I will. I mean, you show up in the chat, you can always bring it to my attention too. We get everything out of the way, then we can just kind of open forum. And sorry if things were a little redundant tonight with DP coming in late, but I did want him to see that other video because he doesn't have time. He's like me, he has a hard time. I watch so many videos that I look for content. I don't have time sometimes to go watch. Like I'll take an hour every couple of days just to go over to to Familia and watch 2 or 3 videos just because I get behind watching. I love watching the other 2 or 3. There's 2 or 3 other creators I enjoy watching. He's one of them. Andre's another one. Get caught up on it. I just watch so much of this other stuff. Anyway, thank you, Linda, for popping in. I hope you got everything worked out. I hope everything was okay. And if you get time, maybe if you're up later or maybe tomorrow, give me a shout. I still wanted to talk to you. You get a little bit of time about something else. Yvonne, thank you. I know it's the middle of the night for you. Appreciate you being here, and I'll let you know. You know what? Yvonne, would you drop me an email so that I know how to get in touch with you behind the scenes? Because I don't know what your email is. I thought I had it at one time. I think I tried to send you one and it came back not deliverable. Just frauderram@gmail.com. I can let you know what I find out with Mark. But I'm going to call him tonight. Did you text me? I'm sorry. I had my phone off. I'm sorry. Or not off, but I turned the ringer off. Yeah, you did. There it is. I'll be damned. I'm sorry. I turned the notification off. Got you. I got you. Okay. I'll catch up on it here in a little bit. I'll get off. Always appreciate you. You know that. Colette McCoy. Hello, hello, goodbye. You say bye, and I say hello, hello, hello. CK was here all night. Thanks for being here. There's Caddy. Well, hello, Caddy. Caddy the Caddy. Caddy, Caddy. Colette was here all night. Maybe Tex was around most of the night. Appreciate that. Danny, don't see you all the time, but I do see you everywhere else. You're I usually, when I pop in over at SV, I see you there. Appreciate you being here. Dun, 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 dun. I see Tex over at SV's all the time too. He's got a good chat. I just wish I could spend more time over there. I usually 15, 20 minutes here or there. As we all know, it goes kind of slow at SV jail. God love him, man. Who else was in here tonight? There must be quite a few in the bushes. Or there was, because there was like 20-some people. So, yeah. And I saw Unclean Hands last when we did that Friday night one. Didn't see him tonight, but I guess he's doing better. He sure sounds a lot better. So I think things are going well with him. I'm glad to hear that. Looks like he's putting the videos out. Oh man, I'll have to go back here and read. Well, I wish I'd have spent more time in the chat tonight. Good Lord, there's some good chat going on in here. David Todd. All right. That's it for now. Appreciate everybody. I'll as soon as I find out something on this New Mexico case on this Looney Tunes chick that OD'd, I'll put it on my community tab. I'm going to stay on top of it though. what's it called? You guys ever want to, case.net. You go to case.net, you can pretty much go to just about any state, and a lot of them have open records or online. It's a pretty good source for getting information in case you're ever wanting to look up something to see what usually all you need is a date of birth with a full name, or sometimes you can search a case. Takes a little bit more work, but case.net, good channel, or a good resource, I should say. Looking through my notes here to see what else is going on. Of course, we'll keep an eye on Tuttle. I've got a short video with Tuttle. I'm going to start doing a few shorts because it's easy to make fun of them on shorts. Messing around with those a little bit more now that I've got all my video equipment working properly. All right. Thanks, Yvonne. Appreciate you. Colette, Tex, everybody. Like I always say, I'm proud to ram till next time. I'll be gone. We'll catch you next time.